and welcome to episode 2 of Shiorama, where we talk a lot about Marvel Cinematic Universe and also Marvel Comic Universe and how they compare and how they're similar and different from one another. So, the idea is today is a continuation from the previous episode, which is to do with the trading cards for the Marvel Universe from 1992 by Impel or Skybox. But I thought that, let's do something surprising. So what better way to do it than to open surprise booster packs. So I have a lot of surprise booster packs with me. I've got booster packs from X-Men, from Marvel Universe, from DC, even with cosmic themes and all that. So now these are very, very hard to get things right now currently, and sometimes they are quite pricey as well. If you're going for eBay and Amazon, they don't go for less than $5 per booster pack. So it's just great to have some to open for people who want to see how they look like in the past. Now, trading card collection hobby is not something that is now commonly it's not common in terms of hobbyists, because now we have digital cards and now people are more into digital stuff, for example iPad and Xbox and all that. So kids do not have time in reading comic books and collecting trading cards. They've got other things to do. But this is nostalgic for me because this is from the 1996, so this is more or less around, let's do a math, 2006, 2016 and 2000. This is 25 years unopened pack. As you can see, this is very much unopened, and I've got several of these with me, and I've got a few others in the box as well. Now, this is to do with the X-Men series, so we expect a lot of X-Men characters, and I do not know what I will get. So that's the beauty of having booster packs. Booster packs are very, very mysterious. They are surprising. They are mysterious. They are like surprise eggs, like Kinder Surprise, but these are better and they're tastier. Whenever you open them, you can feel and you can smell the scent of these cards from the factory. So we're gonna open one and see what we are getting this time around. Now, when you're collecting trading card games, there are several types of cards. For example, we've got these base cards. These base cards are the normal cards. They are called base cards because they are basically things that you will get every time you open a booster pack. But sometimes you get special ones, which are called chase cards. They are sometimes called chase cards, or sometimes called special cards, limited edition cards. They can be holograms, they can be lenticular cards, or they can be cards that have limited edition numbers on them, and which I have several of with me in my collection of trading cards. So we're gonna open this one and see what we're getting this time around in this episode 2 of Shiorama. Alright, brace yourselves. Now I cannot remember how we opened this in the past. Maybe it's this way. Yep. Now usually the back end of the card is, because this is 1996 Fleer X-Men, it comes, every single booster pack comes with an entry card where you can enter a competition where you can win a $451,000 card, I think, or was it money or card? I'm not sure who won it, but obviously the time has expired. I won't be winning that amount of money or that amount of card value. So that's that card. That's that card there. So what are we getting from this booster pack that we just opened? Let's smell that. Can you smell that through the card, the video, this one? YouTube or Vimeo or Facebook? It's very nice smell that is. So we've got ourselves, look, this is upside down, but it looks like it's right side up. We've got ourselves Hank McCoy, one of the popular characters from X-Men. If you're following the X-Men movies, X-Men Origins, X-Men Days of Future Past, he is in every single one of them. He is the brainiac behind the X-Men team. He does the jet, the Blackbird, and he does all this technology stuff, for example Cerebro and all that for Professor Xavier. So he's the brain in the X-Men stable. So it's nice to have. Whoa, hold on, now we've got two beasts here. So we've got the beast and we've got the alter beast. Now alter beasts do not appear often in the comic series, but he is there. The alter beast, as you can see, if you can read through the profile, twisted on the inside and out, Alter Beast uses his knowledge of genetics for research most diabolical. In the reality he once called home, Alter Beast served as the mad scientist for Mr. Sinister's evil experiment. Now, Mr. Sinister is one of those super villains, and he's well known. He's also one of those characters that helped Gambit out in terms of figuring out his powers, for example. But yeah, Alter Beast is kind of like an alter ego to the nicer Beast. Alright, now if only the Beast would work together with the Thing and Hulk, that would be great, right? So our next card here is, well, this is the timeline back again. So we can see here that's Wolverine and his friend Sabretooth. So these two have been experimented on. Both of them have adamantium in their bodies. Of course, Wolverine has this retractable claws that he has from there that comes out of his fists. Sabretooth has his claws and he's also adamantium as well. Both of them also regenerate. If you injure them, they are able to heal faster than others. So there you go. So we've got Wolverine, and of course Creed is the name for Sabretooth. So they are friends, and sometimes they are foes. Friends and foe. If you follow through the movie, for example, X-Men Origins, there's this battle scene with Sabretooth and Wolverine. So let's see what else have a great thing. Oh wow, this is a very big character in the Marvel comic universe, especially in the X-Men universe. Magneto. Magneto is Eric Lehnsherr. And he is the antithesis or the antagonist of the X-Men universe. He is the exact arch nemesis of Professor Xavier, even though they are best friends. If you watch the movies, X-Men movies, you will be able to delve into Magneto's past, his childhood and all that. So I'm not going to spare you the time, waste the time in terms of explaining what Magneto does. His powers, of course, the ability to be able to control magnetism. He is the parent, supposedly, the father of our popular twin characters, Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch. So there are certain arcs in the comics that deny that, but I prefer that to be true. I prefer him to be the father, the daddy to Scarlet Witch as well as Quicksilver. He also has connection with Polaris. Polaris is a superhero who is part of the Excalibur team, and then we'll talk a bit about Polaris in the future. But Magneto is a powerful character. You know, if you've got iron in your body, you're toast, because he's able to manipulate the iron in your body and all that. So Eric Lehnsherr is Professor Charles Xavier, friend from the start, from the beginning. And there was one time when Professor Xavier was not in the X-Men mansion, the Xavier mansion, Magneto was the principal. And he was he was coercing. He was really manipulative in that sense. He wasn't really doing good. He was just his effort is all about pro mutants, which is for mutants will be not bad, but of course he's a dictator in that sense. So yeah, this is a very good card to have. What does it say here? So, oh, it's drawn by, is it? Yeah, it's Andy Kubert. So who do this? This is a nice drawing of Magneto. All right, so there's a lot of stories about Magneto. So I think it's best to spend 1 or 2 episodes on Magneto alone in the future. But it is great that we got this card from the pack. And the last one, wait, this is not the last one. Psylocke. Psylocke is a very strong character, and Psylocke is actually the sister to, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that she's the sister to Colossus. Correct me if I'm wrong. I cannot remember Elizabeth Braddock. No, he's not the sister of Colossus. Elizabeth Braddock reminds me of Matthew Braddock, who is Captain Britain. So there you go. Psylocke is the sister to Captain Britain, who is the leader of Excalibur team. And Captain Britain hopefully would appear in the Marvel Cinematic Universe somewhere in the future. I believe a character that would be, I don't know who would be the good actor to act out as Captain Britain. I'm not really sure, but he is kind of like the Red Guardian of the Russia, and also Captain America of the United States. All right. So Psylocke, you've seen her as one of the 4 horsemen in X-Men Apocalypse, where Apocalypse was recruiting his 4 horsemen, because Apocalypse usually go with 4 horsemen, and Gambit was one of those 4 horsemen in the past. When he was a 4 horseman with Apocalypse, he was named Death, because he brought his power was death and plagues. So Psylocke here was previously a villain, but she became one of the X teams as well, which is good because she's very powerful, and she is the sister of Matthew Braddock. So keep it in the family. All right, we've got one last card in that pack. So how many cards do we get from each pack? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get 6. Well, that's not really for money, but yeah, sometimes you get 6, sometimes you get 8. So depending on the producer of these cards. So we've got Blood Scream, a super villain. To tell you the truth, honestly, I've never heard of him. So I'm not sure Is he a special card? No, I don't think so. Bloodscream, let's read about Bloodscream. Bloodscream's macabre life has brought him from the deck of Sir Francis Drake's pirate ship. That's not that. What? He appeared in Wolverine, so he might be one of Wolverine's foes, enemies. On his current search for Wolverine and his mutant blood healing factor, Bloodscream uncovered the inner bodies of LCD, well, I've heard of LCD, and Albert in the Canadian wilderness. He reactivated them and lied about his motives, claiming to be Wolverine's friend. Well, wow, that is an anticlimax to opening the booster pack. Well, I would hope for someone more. Well, we've got Magneto, so I think that covers our losses. I would say that this Magneto card is a good card. I'm not sure how much this is valued in the market. It's not a special card, it's a base card, but this is a good card nonetheless. Alright, so that's all for today. We've unpacked our first booster pack in a series of many booster packs. I'll be unpacking a lot of booster packs in the future. So if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe to Shayorama YouTube channel, and I'll be bringing a lot more about comic books, about us, guidebooks, trading cards, video CDs, DVDs and animations and all that collections that I have, as well as characters and toy figures that I have to do with the Marvel Universe, as well as maybe in the future, if I feel like it, I will bring in the DC Comic Universe as well as the Image Comic Universe. Alright, over and out. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe. Bye!